This team is going to take on the identity of this city, all right? And this city's been down, and it found a way to get up, all right? It's found a way to overcome adversity, all right? And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Spike Kool-Aid, a Detroit Lions podcast. I am your host, and I'm with my co-host today, Micro Mike, Noble Sports Entertainment, and Mark Orem. What is going on, Micro Mike? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. I think we got some news we got to talk about. I'm ready to get at it. I don't know about you, but I got some Kool-Aid, and I'm ready to roll, man. I'm hyped, I'm psyched, and I'm ready to talk about this stuff.
Absolutely. We got Mark Orem. What's going on, Mark?
What's going on, guys, man? The tension's in the air. I can feel it tonight, baby. Let's go.
And we got Noble Sports Entertainment. What's up, man?
What's up, baby? I'm ready to drink some Spike Kool-Aid.
Oh, what? Okay. Well, you know, I got it, man. I gets it. It was a little extra spike today because I needed it, man. I was feeling some type of way. But before we get into the show, I need you guys to like up the stream. Looks like we got 19 people. They still trickling in. We got 10 likes. We should have at least 19. So make sure you guys do that and then come back to the chat. All you got to do is go to live chat. Before we get started, we're going to go to the poll of the week. I put it up last week. I didn't get a chance to add it to the broadcast, but it was Detroit Lions fans, do you want to re-sign Golden Tate? And I don't know if it was because of the topic or the timing, but it was a surprisingly low number of votes, and it was 60% yes to 40% no out of 556 votes. So we'll start with Noble Sports Entertainment. Noble Sports Entertainment, how do you feel about re-signing Golden Tate? Do you agree with the people with a yes or with the people with a no?
I agree with the people with the yes. Definitely, man. Golden Tate was definitely one of my favorite players in a Lions uniform. The guy was very consistent when he was in Detroit. And to be frank with you, he never really wanted to leave. He never wanted to leave Detroit. He wanted to always stay with the Lions, but because the Lions at the time, they didn't want to pay him the money, they had to pretty much trade him over to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm with the people, man, that definitely voted yes. If I can bring Golden Tate in on a decent little deal, I would bring him back, man. I would definitely welcome the guy back with open arms, because right now you do not have any receivers and you need whatever you can get right now.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. Now, Micro Mike, how do you feel, man? 40% no, 60% yes. How do you feel about potentially bringing back Golden Tate?
Well, you can bring back Golden Tate, and you could put him opposite of Kenny Get. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh boy. You're jumping the gun, Mike. You're jumping the gun, man. You are jumping the gun, son. Oh, Lord.
You folks, I don't know about you, but when it comes to Golden Tate, look, I wouldn't mind him back. I just don't know if he's going to want to come back to a team that's in rebuild/retool mode, and he may not have his buddy back with him that he used to play with.
The unnamed one, right?
The unnamed one.
Yeah, I agree. Well, shout out to the people in the chat. We got the W. We have the curse of Matthew Stafford, Miss Johnson. Hey, Miss Johnson. We got Corey, member gang. What's up, Corey? Kenneth, also a member. I see you over there, brother. Frog Crop is in the building. What's up? Now, listen, me. We going to get into it. Now, Mike, we talked about this. TA was here. We're going to wait on Mark to come back. We talked about this, man, and we have no one to throw the ball to. Well, we do got some cats, but we got Geronimo Allison. And every time I hear his name, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of. That's what I hear. Who we throwing to now? So we want to talk about Jared Goff and who we're going to throw the ball, who he's going to throw the ball to. Right now, he's got Quintez Cephas, a new guy. Micro Mike just dropped a video about, what's his name, Mike, the new receiver?
Tyrell Williams, and they got Victor Bolden.
Victor Bolden. Hey, TA, how you feeling about this receiver core, man?
Man, this receiver core, man, is a little bit short, bro. We're gonna have to get a receiver, man. No doubt. I'm not saying that the Lions have to take that number 7 pick overall and get the job done, because there's a lot of receivers coming out in this class, and definitely, man, you can grab you a receiver in this class because there's so many guys coming out. But definitely, you're gonna have to find you a stud at receiver, because you're now having to replace a number 1 guy. And I'm not saying that Tyrell Williams is a number 1 guy. I look at him more like a complimentary guy, a number 2 guy. So you're gonna have to go out in the draft, and you're gonna have to do this is what they get paid for, Grit. They get paid to go out there and find the talent. And this is the reason why Brad Holmes was brought in, to be able to go out there and scout the talent. So by them not giving Kenny Golladay the franchise tag on today, that's exactly what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to go out there and earn his money, and he's going to have to go out there and find a stud at receiver.
Absolutely. Now, Mark, we didn't get your take on this, man. And we're talking about there was a poll, 60% yes, 40% no, bringing Golden Tate back, man. How do you feel about that, bringing Golden Tate back to help out this receiving core?
Well, I know that a certain wide receiver never re-signed here, so we're going to need a lot of help, guys, in that department. A Golden Tate, I wouldn't mind it too much. He'd be a nice little mentor to guys like Cephas and, I don't know, maybe Geronimo Allison, Victor Bolden. You know what I mean? He can still produce at 30. He's still fairly young. I wouldn't mind a Golden Tate reunion right now. This is what we're going to have to do, guys. These are the kind of signings that we're going to have to get accustomed to for the next year or so. So this is I'm okay with a Golden Tate signing.
Yeah, you know what, man, and I don't think I know you. We said what we had to say, but realistically, Golden Tate is not coming back here. We know that. I would see him going anywhere else but here, to tell you the truth. He spoke very highly of one former quarterback, and that quarterback is no longer here. So I don't see that happening. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this show, which is Spike Kool-Aid, man. Listen. Now we was talking, brothers, and we was letting it all out. We was leaving it on the table. I hope we saved something for the show. One, Kenny Golladay. First, we got the news that Kenny Golladay was not going to re-sign. First, we got the news about the franchise tag and that the Lions were not going to franchise tag him. And then some stuff came out later. But then right after that, we get the news about what? Romeo O, man, is not going to be franchise tagged as well. Now, let's start with KG. Mike, how are you feeling about Kenny Golladay, man? Not only not receiving a franchise tag, but some other stuff that came out too about Mr. Kenny Golladay.
What came out is we offered him a $19 million contract, $18 to $19 million contract, and he turned that down. Yeah, I've been defending this guy the whole time. Okay, I've been saying this guy, there's no way he would play injured. There's no way, the competitive spirit, the gridiron blitz, the Mark Orams, they're saying, Mike, I think this guy, I'm going to bite my tongue and say I probably was wrong. I think this dude probably was injured, because you don't turn down $19 million unless you want to get up out of here. You want to get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Kick rocks, Kenny Golladay. Hey, I'm happy that you're getting out of here, because I don't want people that don't want to be here. We have had that, and it has failed. Let's go draft us a guy that can replace the production, and he can go injure himself somewhere else while we get our compensatory pick. Kick rocks, man.
Seems like Mike's a little irritated, man. Seems like you're a little irritated.
Detroit Lion, if you're not one pride, I want nothing to do with you, man. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna wear other people's jerseys. I'm gonna do this. I'm tired of it. Wear your own jersey. Wow. I don't make millions of dollars. I wear my own jersey.
Woo! Yeah, hey, okay, Mike. All right, bro. See that? I see that beard done something to him, bro. He done changed with the beard, man. Frog Crop says, I text Golladay today and said good luck and kick rocks. I hope you told him to do it with no shoes on. Mark Orem, man, we found out today a lot of stuff kind of came out in the last week. I knew something was trouble when the tag was able to be used, and it wasn't. So in the last 24 hours, it comes out that reportedly, allegedly, that KG turns down 19 million, and then he is not going to be franchise tagged as the deadline came and went. How do you feel about Kenny Golladay, man, and this whole no longer being the Lion?
Well, I've been trying to set myself up for this for a while, guys, and it came full circle, like like I kind of thought it would. This is a guy, man. This is a guy, like we all know the situation with him balling out in Detroit and then getting hurt a lot, and then going on Instagram, running his mouth, saying that he wanted to get paid, and he never did. The next thing you know, man, he's raising his hand in that Minnesota game and going off the sidelines, exit stage left, fellas, and he was gone. He was gone, and I was always like, man, I think you know what I mean. I think he's embellishing this injury. So I was kind of going back and forth in my mind with it, right? Going like, I don't know, man. It's hard to really fault a guy and say, man, you're faking or embellishing an injury. And I was just like, you know what? Now today, it's been confirmed in my mind. This guy never wanted to be here. Okay, never wanted to be here. Embellished this injury to the fullest. The Lions tried to pay him. Still, he told him to kick rocks. Then I think Brad Holmes and company brought this guy in, and they talked to him probably, man, who knows how long they've been talking to him. They've probably been talking to him for a while, trying to get to see where he's at, going, okay, man, we're not paying you $18 million. Like, that's the old regime, bro. Like, we're not going to give you $18 million. How do you feel about that? He probably said, well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, well, we're going to tag you. This is all me speculating, okay? This is all me speculating. He probably told me he wasn't going to play. He probably said, if you tag me, I won't show up. He probably said something along those lines. I could just see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this regime is smart, though. They're not the old regime. They probably lowballed him, which they should have. And we don't have the money anyways. We don't have the money to start paying these guys this kind of money. So this doesn't shock me, really. And I'm kind of glad they did it, guys. We can't afford Kenny Golladay. We can't afford a guy that misses 4 or 5 games a year. We just can't.
I agree. Now I'll go last. Noble Sports Entertainment. How are you feeling? But before we do that, phone lines will be open today. So make sure you guys get your questions ready, get your comments, we want to hear what the people have to say about what's going on in the world of Detroit Lions. Number is 515-603-5624. Noble Sports Entertainment, man. KG probably won't be a Lion anymore. And some stuff came out over the past week, especially the last 24 hours, man, reportedly turning down the $19 million. How do you feel about KG, man? I know you had a lot to say earlier.
Yeah. Pretty much when I look at the situation with Kenny Golladay, I definitely think that, you can say that he earned the money. He had 2 successful, seasons, 2 breakout seasons with the Lions. And, rightfully so, the guy should be paid for what he has done on the football field. But you got to look at it like this: a business, and this happened a year. You know what I mean? It's players that's going to come, and it's players that's going to go. So we already understand the scenarios that can happen, that Kenny Golladay can possibly be here or not be here. And at the same time, I have to respect that the man didn't want to be here. I have to look at it from that angle that he didn't want to be. He didn't want to be a D-line. Matthew Stafford is gone. Jones is gone. All of the guys that he came in playing with, they're gone. So he probably looked at it as an opportunity, like, okay, why do I have to continue to come in here? I don't want to do what Calvin Johnson. I don't want to be here with this franchise years and never win. I never win anything. So he probably put it in his mind and said, hey, I think that while I'm still young and while I'm still in my prime, I'm going to be able to play for another team so that I won't have to go through the same mistakes that Calvin Johnson made by being with the franchise and never winning. Because we all know that Calvin Johnson wanted to be else places, and play other places, but he decided to stay with the Lions. Now, when you look at Kenny Golladay, he's deciding to do something different that Calvin Johnson didn't do, and that's pack his bags and leave. And whatever team he goes to, much love to Kenny Golladay. We appreciate him for what he did, but now let's go get that stud at wide receiver. And you just got to respect it, man. It's a business. Even though we don't like it, it's a business, and it happens with all types of players.
See, when we was coming up with the name of the show, man, we was like, what we was gonna go with 50 Shades of Grid, right? We was gonna go with that, and then we said we're gonna go with Spike Kool-Aid. And I got an issue here, man. And I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I wouldn't be me if I didn't. I got an issue with this whole thing. Kenny Golladay. I got an issue with this, man. I got an issue with this. You played. Let's go look at this, man. Let's look at this, and let's look at this real good. All right. So in 20, you did 20 receptions. Okay, 338 yards. Now I'm not gonna lie and say we win a game without him. Okay, the dude balled out while he was on the field, and maybe he had 2 stellar years, bro. 70 receptions, 65 receptions. Touchdowns were up 11 to 5 the previous year. Okay, average has always been above 15 every single year he's been in the league. My thing is this: I think he faked it, bro. If it comes down that you turn down allegedly 18 to 19 million, I know we were talking about this earlier today, fellas, about maybe he doesn't want to play for that old regime, but at the same time, that's 18-19 million dollars, right? So then you're on the I want to be in Detroit. Just a couple weeks ago, you say I want to be in the D. So now you obviously you don't want the franchise tag, you want a long-term deal, and I guess they weren't giving him that 18-19 million dollars. My thing is this: if you ask me, he didn't want to be here. His injury might not have been what it appeared to be. Because, gentlemen, I got to ask you, Micro Mike, why wasn't he ever placed on IR? If his injury is that bad, why was he not placed on IR?
Well, because the old regime is trash. They didn't play Stafford on IR. I can't stand that regime.
Yeah, they put us in a big hole.
Everything they did was wrong.
They put us in a big hole. They put us in a giant hole, man. Yeah. And for me, so Mark, what do you think, man? Now, we talked about this earlier, bro. What do you think about this whole Kenny Golladay injured, not being on IR? What's your thoughts, man?
Well, I think him not being on IR is just, like what Mike said, this whole old regime is trash. And what kind of doctors they got over there? Like what kind of doctors they got over there? Either he's good to go, you know what I mean? Instead of playing everybody all week, Kenny Golladay, man, he practiced on Wednesday, practiced a little bit on Thursday. All of a sudden, he was a no-show on Friday, no walkthrough on a Saturday or whatever they did. Then he just never suited up. So, like, how serious was this injury? It's a reality now. Like now it's like, man, like, did he? I'm not going to say he faked this injury totally, but I think it was embellished. Like,
that's a good word for it. I like that.
You're right. Great. Like, I don't think he ever wanted to be here. Like, I think he was so butthurt by this old regime that he was like, you know what? I'm turning down $18 million. I don't care. And I don't care who comes back in. I'm going to be a free agent next year. I'm not going to allow them to tag me. I'm not going to allow to go on IR. All that stuff, man. Like, he should have been put on IR. Like, just like, where do we start with this guy, man?
So you think maybe the diva was starting to show during the season, but we just didn't really.
Yeah, I think the diva started to show the last couple of years. The last couple of years, for sure, it did, man. I don't know where it came from. I just, you know what they say about these wide receivers, man. These wide receivers could be divas.
It can be.
You know,
they're not. He's not really setting a good precedence for the people that's coming after him. Now, TA, man, what do you think, bro? Like I said, man, we've talked extensively about this today. And Kenny Golladay, the injury, man, the reportedly turning down of the upwards of $18 million. Like, how do you feel, man, about, did he really want to be here? What does it seem like?
Yeah, I mean, I know the reports came out and said that Kenny Golladay wanted to be a Detroit Lion. And we just got to go by what we heard from the reports. Yeah, he wanted to be a Lion. But, sometimes people have a change of heart. And that could have happened with Kenny Golladay. He could have just was at home chilling, eating some popcorn, and was thinking like, man, do I really want to?
I know, right?
Right. Watching Titanic or watching Martin Lawrence or whatever. You know what I mean? But
Martin on DVD. I got you.
But
DVD.
But yeah, he could have been thinking that way, man. It's like, what I'm saying? Should I just continue with this team or should I just do something different? And maybe that's what really played a part in him not taking that type of money, because come on, man, who's going to turn down $18 and $19 million, man, in one season that you can make? There's not too many turn that down. So
yeah, because this guy literally thinks he's Julio Jones. Like,
right.
I don't know.
Who does he think he is?
Exactly, fellas.
Julio
Exactly.
Jones.
But the thing about it, fellas, is what did he do? Like, if we look, I know that Kenny
broke a
Golladay
hip.
was responsible for a lot of our wins. The dude came out, he sacrificed his body. But you trying to get paid, this is not the performance you want to show. You don't want to show 20 receptions, 338 yards. You don't want to do this, bro. 2 touchdowns. That's like Danny Amendola numbers right there.
Right.
Like that's not how you come out and perform. And then you got this diva mentality of wanting to get paid upwards of, you talking about Amari Cooper bag. He trying to get the bag, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's the next question then. Like, what's the next team? What are they going to pay this guy? Are they going to pay him $20 million?
Yes,
I think
so.
personally,
there's some teams. There's some teams out there that might be willing to do it.
Please do so.
Like Jacksonville, maybe.
Please do
It could
so.
be any team that got the money. The Jets need a receiver. The Colts need a receiver. I mean, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, Trevor Lawrence going to need a receiver over there too. So he could go anywhere. Anywhere
Send
he
him
wants
to
to go.
Brokeback Mountain.
Now, Mike, you saying please do. Why are you saying that?
Because the more money he gets, the better chance we get a conditional 3rd-round draft pick. The higher that the price tag you get from a free agent going from your team to another team, the odds are the higher the compensatory pick is. So do so. So go ahead, sign a $20 million contract, and that team can fall off a cliff because you're paying so much. You know what I want to thank is Amari Cooper and his garbage contract. That's what really killed us. Remember when he got a $20 million year contract for a wide receiver? Come on, man.
I remember. Now, Mike is killing the game, man. We got a couple people on the phone line. Now, remember when you hear unmuted, that means that it is on you. We got John Hannon in the building. What's going on, John?
What's up, guys? So I just wanted to take one quick little thing about the Golden Tate thing.
Okay.
There is one team that he would rather not go to than the Detroit Lions, and that is the Rams, because Jalen Ramsey and his sister.
We agree with you on that.
And wherever Russell Wilson ends up.
Ooh.
That too.
Yeah. What else you got, John?
But also, historically, I feel like we are okay at receiver because we have a history of bringing in good free agents like Marvin Jones and Golden Tate. So I feel like we can still bring in some quality receivers as long as there's as many people as they think they're going to get cut this offseason.
Okay, do you have somebody in mind that you would like to see be a Detroit Lion, a free agent wide receiver or a potential cut?
No, not really. I just want bodies.
Okay.
Bodies, because I cannot exist on this planet dealing with another situation like we did last year where we traded Slay and then we used our 1st-round pick on a corner, and now we let Golladay walk and we get a receiver in the 1st round unless we trade back. I can't do that because that's counterproductive if you want to rebuild. You're basically just letting your best player leave and replacing that exact same player with a rookie. It doesn't do anything.
That's a really good point.
Helping your team progress.
That is. John, it sounds like you on the road, buddy. I want you to focus on the road, man, and call us when you get home, man.
All right.
All right, man.
You guys enjoy.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, shout out to the other dude that was on the line. You can't hang up. You got to be part of the show. So that brings me to the next question.
Woo!
What did I miss?
Dun, 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 dun. Avery Giovanni, Spirit of Detroit
Avery.
Podcast.
Wow, bro.
What's up, Avery?
Gee, man.
Man, appreciate that. That's the second time. No, it was Matt last week says, wow. Man, okay, this dude. Avery, I appreciate that, bro. You know the phone line's open. You could have just called and you had to drop a dono, but I'll take it. You know, I got some software I'm trying to get. Avery says, stop the cap. Y'all tripping. Golladay isn't a diva. If anything, dude was humble, but it's time to rebuild and he deserves to go to a winner like Stafford. I'll finish that only because it was super chat. # build from the ground up. Well, before we go further.
Deserves.
Okay. Let's talk about it. That's going to be on for half the show. He said, stop the cap. Y'all tripping. Golladay isn't a diva. If anything, dude was humble, but it's time to rebuild and he deserves to go to a winner. Man. Who wants to go first? Mark, you sound like you're salivating over there, man. Talk to him, bro.
his whole thing is diva attitude there, Avery. Come on, bro.
agree.
Come on, man. The whole thing is him acting like a diva from the start to the finish. Hey, I get it. I get it. Teams don't. There's players that don't want to play here. I get it, and they want to move on. Understandable, totally understandable. But if you don't think he acted like a diva last year with this injury, I think now personally the injury was embellished, like I said. So humble. Like I'm not sure if going on Instagram telling everybody that he should be getting paid is humble. Like, I get it, man. He's young, he's a stud. But man, don't come at us with that word that he's being humble, man. I think he was acting like a diva, and I think this whole scenario is diva attitude right here, man. This is a guy that totally didn't want to be here, man. From jump, it seems like now. Like, I don't know, man. I do like the fact that we're going to be building from the ground up. That makes a lot of sense. But other than that, man, I think this was total diva attitude coming on his side, man.
One thing is not diva, though, is Avery Giovanni, Spirit of Detroit podcast. I talked to him on the side, folks. You want to know what? He's a veteran like myself.
Oh,
he is a Lions YouTuber, and he is a awesome guy, and I'm going to definitely have him on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you subscribe to his channel. Every single person out there, subscribe to his channel. We're going to be talking some Army and talking some Detroit Lions.
Man, shout out to Avery, your super chat to be there, man. So Travis says, sorry I'm late. Y'all busy working. It's all good, man. Work first. We are a distant fifth. So appreciate that, man. Do what you do. I feel like that he's totally being a diva, man. At the same time, and the reason I say that is because we talked about the buildup. You got to look at the long term. You're talking about the rumors come out. I turned down this. Okay. Did the injury? I'm not a doctor, but it's like, did he really get hurt that bad? Then I think, to me, the tell-all sign and the reason I say that it's like it is because the dude was never placed on IR. So I feel like every week Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia was like, bruh, are you playing? Are you playing? Are you playing? And every week it was, I'm almost there. I'm not. And then 10-9 games go past and he's done. So TA, what do you think about that we tripping on Golladay, man, and he's not being a diva, that he was humble? Like, how you feel about it? You talking about the most humble man on the planet, TA. How you feel about that, bro?
Man, I gotta say, first off, I never said that that it was a diva.
Yeah, I gotta say that first. Right. That's
yeah.
Right.
I just think that, what I'm saying, it's just conversation, man. It's just talk. You know what I'm saying? We just chalking it up and talking about Kenny Golladay in a way that that the fans can relate to. And I definitely think that Kenny Golladay being here, he did what he could, man. And I'm not mad at Kenny Golladay because he decided to do something for himself. And that's how I look at the situation. Even though we possibly lost him, still, man, that makes room for the next guy, man. So I'm not even concerned about Kenny Golladay as far as what he's going to do now, because we have to move on. This is a full-scale rebuild, guys. We've been talking about that all day today. They are showing you that they're not playing around. They are not going to waste money on guys. They are going all out on a total rebuild. So that means that by them going on this rebuild, there's going to be guys that we thought that should have been a part of this team, like Kenny Golladay, that's no longer a part of this team. So now we just have to move on as fans and understand that it's a full-scale rebuild, and that's what they're doing in Detroit. They're knocking down all the walls, and they're going to rebuild this thing from the bottom up.
Well, you know what? We done spent 30 minutes talking about this guy. He gone, and we going to move on to another guy that's probably gone that I am not too happy about, folks. I'm telling you, if I had a punching bag in my basement, I would have lit it up today. I'm telling you. I told my wife, I said I might need to go get one. Mr. Romeo O, bro, decides the team, the higher ups,
they get heated.
We not, huh?
Now it's gonna get heated.
Now it's gonna get heated, bro. All right, so I've relaxed though, Mike. I have relaxed. I understand what you guys are telling me, but I'm gonna go first, man. I'm gonna go for. Wait a minute. We got somebody on the line. This might be Spirit right here. Man, I'm gonna unmute you, bro. All right, who we talking to here? Yo. All right. Okay. 248. I unmuted you, man. You gotta be ready. So You got to be ready, bro. I'm going to try it again. All right, who we talking to? All righty. Maybe he's driving something. All right, 248. Holla back at your boy, man. Holla back at your boy. All right, so let's talk about it. I'm feeling some type of way here. Comes out right after Kenny Golladay is not going to be tagged, that Romeo O is also not going to be tagged. And I'm feeling some type of way. We need somebody on defense. Now, I know what the fella's been telling me. They've been telling me that we're building for the future.
Mm-hmm.
We're building for the future. And my thing is, with he's talking about we're going to bite kneecaps and all that stuff. Now, I use the illustration today. Who on defense do we have that's on kneecap level? Right now, we at the toes, bro. Who do we have? Austin Bryant. We've got, who else, man? Trey Flowers. Stay on the field, Trey. We already know Trey doesn't really get to the quarterback. He might disrupt the quarterback, but he don't. Trey wish he had 10 sacks more than once in his career. How many has he most? 7.5, somewhere around there? So my thing, man, is I'm feeling some type of way. I feel like you can't be cheap all the time. If they could have kept him, they needed to. We have no face on defense, and now it makes me wonder, what are we going to do on the defensive side of the ball if we lose our most valuable player on the defensive side of the ball? Now, Mike, how do you feel, man? I know you feel like we're building for the future, man. Talk to the people, man.
How you going to pay for him? We got Vati Vaitai contract, bad contract.
Bob
you
Quinn.
got Trey Flowers contract, bad contract.
Bob Quinn.
How you going to pay for him? You can't pay for him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't blame this regime for something they had nothing to do with. Defensive ends, you franchise tag a defensive end, the money is substantially more than many other positions via franchise tag. Defensive ends get a lot of money. We don't have that money to give. If you have a computer that's $100 and you have $50, you can't buy that computer. That's what it is. We don't have dogs right now. That's facts. We also have a bunch of Patriots we're starting to get rid of. We got to get rid of these players. And guess what? How do we get those dogs, folks? It's simple. The draft. You draft them. So that's what we got to do. We got to draft our dogs. We have to draft the players. Our team right now is in rebuild/retool mode. It is going to take time. We have 6 draft picks. Hopefully we have more. But this regime was giving a bad option of bad option. You have to take one option, and you have to take the bad option, because that's all you got is bad options. You have to do it. And guess what? We go to this draft, and we get our dogs that we want to get. Maybe they go Micah Parsons, punch you in the mouth. A Jabril Cox, punch you in the mouth. Barmore, punch in the mouth. Javon Holland. Maybe this is the type of stuff they're going to do. But right now, with our cap situation, if you want to be a responsible football team, you cannot overpay players, and you can't do it because you're a failure team if you do so. You'll not be long haul successful. It's not going to happen. You have to be fiscally responsible. And this past regime screwed this regime, and so they have to do the dirty work of the last regime. And this year is a pain. But going forward next year and in the year following, we're going to be like the New York Jets. We're going to be like the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to be like the Indianapolis Colts via cap. And that's going to be a godsend, because then we can make the moves that we can make. But thank you, past regime, for crushing us.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. I know it's not on Brad and Dan. I know that. At the same time, man, we have no face on defense. These guys put us in a tremendous, tremendous hole. We got a dude that's eating out there, man, and we're going to let him walk for what? So I understand you, Mike. I get what you said. Mark, how do you feel about this, man?
About Romeo being gone?
Yeah, about Romeo, bro.
Possibly being a free agent, man. It's like Mike said, man, we don't have any money. We don't have any money, man, and we need to stop talking about a retool now, eh? This is
it officially died today.
Rebuild.
Yeah, the retool died today.
Yeah, it died. It literally died. Brad Holmes can say what he wants now. This is a rebuild. If he comes out and says a retool, he needs to watch himself, man. This is a rebuild now. Yeah. Now, I get it, man. I totally get it. Like Mike said, we don't have any money. We were put in a huge hole by this old regime. Then we took on a contract too, guys, from Jared Goff. Don't forget, we took on that contract, and that's a little bit Brad Holmes' dealings too, but it's also we gained draft capital because of this. It's going to be bad for the next couple of years. This is going to be really bad. This team is going to be so bad next year or this year. It's not even good. They might even be unwatchable. They could be unwatchable, man. Wow. We have no number one.
Sorry, Mark, that
right.
tweet had us as picking first. Somebody from the NFL, man, tweeted that we would have the first pick in the draft coming up.
100%, Grit. 100% we'll be picking first. I know that, free agency isn't done, but we're not getting anybody. Everybody wants to go get everybody. We're not getting everybody, Lions fans. We're not getting nobody. We're going to have rookies that we're going to have to rely on to develop almost immediately, okay? To develop immediately and to get on board with this new regime. The money is just isn't there, guys. Last I checked today, I was looking at some cap situation. We're all of a sudden we're in the red again. We're like -4. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I saw today. But then I went to another site and we were like a little bit over. But we don't have any. Bottom line, guys, we don't have any money. We're not picking anybody up, and we're not signing big deals. The Bob Quinn era is done. It's over. This guy would be paying Kenny Golladay and Romeo Akwara. He'd be paying Kenny Golladay $22 million and Romeo probably $18, $19 million. Brad Holmes, they're not going to do that. They're building from the draft, man.
Now I see you, Detroit legend. You probably need to call in, bro. I see you also 248. I'm gonna unmute you in a second after we get TA's comment. I just got to chime in real quick, man. I'm so flustered right now because when you realize the damage that was done by Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, it just makes you sick, bro. It makes you sick, man. He fired Jim Caldwell. We've been through that. Who cares what you think about Jim Caldwell? It doesn't matter. What matters is that Bob Quinn was a fraudulent GM. He had no idea what he was doing. No idea. And like Mark said, we might have got this guy, gave him $50 million. It doesn't matter. It's the same dude that drafted Tease, same dude that drafted Jake, same dude that drafted Brad. Who? He not even, come on, man. I believe that this guy is the reason Jeff Okudah's on this team. Now, Jeff Okudah's not the subject of this conversation. At the same time, this dude was literally hired off of who he was associated with. Now, TA, we're not going to re-sign Romeo. Romeo's going to walk, and we need a face on defense. I don't see that. I'm worried about putting a rookie to become – we're not talking about a Chase Young here, man. So what's your thoughts on Romeo, man, stepping away?
Well, like you said, and I got to go off, kind of piggyback off what Orm said. Yeah, man, no, giving him that type of money, you can't do it. You can't afford to do it, man. So I understand why they didn't franchise tag both of these guys on today, because you just don't have the money to do it. You don't have the resources. We have been set in a hole, and we're in a hole right now, guys. And we got to dig ourselves out of this. But at the same time, nobody's coming to save this franchise. I want y'all to hear me clearly. Nobody is coming to save this franchise. You got to build it from the ground up. No player, no free agent is coming over here to save this franchise. We got to build and draft our guys and get it correct. It's our fault that we didn't hit on our linebackers. Our linebackers, some people say it's the scheme. Some people say it's this. We all got our own opinions on what we think that the Lions should do. But at the same time, nobody is coming over to the Detroit Lions to help save this franchise. Not even Brad Holmes can save it. We just got to make sure that we get the right guys that fit our system and what we're trying to do. And that's to try to get this thing off the ground. And once we be able to do that, then we can understand why we didn't bring back Kenny Golladay. We can understand why we didn't bring back Romeo or after he had the season that, to me, Trey Flowers should be giving Romeo of his money, because he didn't play like he should have played, and he didn't produce like he produced out there. But we gotta get these guys producing out on the field. And like Orm said, We're going to have rookies out there like veterans. We got to have these guys coming in and making a name for themselves. And you got to find identity on the defense. You're not going anywhere with this trash defense. You got to find a face on the defensive side of the ball. Who's going to be the face on Detroit Lions defense? Because right now, nobody scares you on defense. They're not looking for number 52. They're not looking for number 24. They don't care because our defense is trash. So find some talent. Find some talent in the draft and stop making excuses.
All right. Well, TA dropping hammer down. Hey, what we do? Yeah. Hey, that's how we do it, man. Hey, listen, we got 248. This your last shot, man. We got 248 in the building. Who we talking to?
Hello.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah, this is Avery Giovanni.
What's up, Giovanni? What's good with you, bro?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right. What's up?
Yeah, you know what, man? I'm not here or there with it when it comes to the free agent. You know, he's a free agent. You know, he's gonna live his life, man. But you know what I want to say? I want to say kudos to the Lions, man, because they ultimately made the decision not to franchise tag him. They looked at the value, they looked at the money. They obviously looked at everything. They even tried to, you know, make some cap room here and there. Mm-hmm. And, you know, obviously they're gonna cut Coleman pretty soon. But, you know, I kudos to them for making a hard decision. That was the right decision, because when you look across the league, Bud Dupree is not getting franchise tag. Hunter Henry is not getting franchise tag. Yep. This is strategic to hold your money. This is what this is about. Because when these people go to free agency, and I made a video about it some time ago.
Shameless plug.
They're not. You said what? Shameless plug. I appreciate it.
Go ahead, man. I got 100 followers. Hey, keep doing what you do, man. It'll blow up. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah. But yeah. So what I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, and this is kind of like theoretical.
Okay.
If eight teams are above the cap and they need to cut all these players, and then there's another 7 teams that are rich, and then everybody in between is just trying to hold and retain their players and their assets, those players in free agency that are going to warrant that big money, they can only go to the rich teams, correct? And if they can only go to the rich teams, those teams have to have, we need a receiver. We need a defensive end. But then again, you have a draft where you have all of that. That draft is so deep at wide receiver. Kenny Golladay might have played his hand too hard, because he rejected $18 million. But guess what? He might get 8, because there's a plethora of receivers getting cut every day. I mean, you got Adam Humphries. You got good receivers coming out in the 3rd round, like Des Fitzpatrick, Austin Watkins, 6'3", 4.3 speed. Come on, man. When I'm looking at it, you got Eskridge in the 6th round. When I look at it, supply and demand, and I feel like the free agency is going to be very different this year.
Yeah.
The players ain't going to have the leverage that they want. And, you know, I appreciate Kenny Golladay, man. You know, I appreciate him a lot. I can't say nothing bad about these players here. I can't. I mean, Stafford, yeah, but that hasn't worked out.
We don't say that. That name is banned from this. We don't even say that no more, bro. He gone. Yeah, he gone.
Y'all stop loving him.
Listen. When he decided, once you're not part of the team, once you're not part of the team, you gone, bro. You gone, man. Once you gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all that is. That's all that is.
You seen him in that Rams hoodie.
Hey, and the hat. That's how
backwards hat.
Skippy, man. No, but you know what it is?
Wearing a hoodie in 90-degree weather?
Hey, that's how much he repping the team, though. That's how much he repping the team. So for me, my question was, are you gonna root for the LA Rams because Stafford is there? I actually don't care, bro. I mean, I like it when I'm kind of my mind is twisted. My mind is twisted. I like it when old players win, because our team it sucks, bro. And I want people to feel that, like, why can't you win here? That's what I want people to hear. Every time somebody leaves, man, countless people, bro, leave this team, win Super Bowls. And I want people to stop bailing this team out. That's what I want, man.
But not only that, I'm gonna hit you with something, man. Right. It's a marketing change for them. I haven't heard Ndamukong Suh be called dirty in like 9 years, bro.
Yep.
It's been a
I haven't no one's called Ndamukong Suh dirty. Yeah, it's been a minute. And Stafford was above, and now ESPN loved him for some reason. They love him. That's crazy to me. But
hey,
back on Golladay, I got grabbed.
We got to get you in Detroit Legend Sportscast, man, because you don't seem like you too fond of Stafford either, or it don't seem like you was too star to him either.
But you know what? I tell you what I am fond of. I'm fond of the work y'all do. I know y'all don't, connect with everybody.
Yeah.
And, I connect with most of y'all. Most of y'all got me into this.
I got you.
You
You going back, brother. You must know something we don't know. I got you.
You must know something we don't know.
I've been watching y'all since I've been watching that particular person since 2017, and then Motor City Sports Talk, yourself, and all of you guys. I've been watching y'all here on and off. I just got introduced to Micro Mike probably last year, so it was just it was just kind of stupendous,
Okay, I got you.
But you guys, look, free agency is different. It's going to be very different.
It is going to be different.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, what you
next
doing
time
Thursday?
I'll mute you. Answer the phone, bro. Answer the phone, man.
What you doing Thursday?
Yeah, my phone.
Mike said, "What you doing Thursday?" He asked, "What you doing Thursday?"
Whatever y'all got for me, man.
All right, man. Hey, can you make the show? You want to be on the show Thursday on my
You
channel?
on the spot, fam. 6:30 EST. Can you be on the One Pride podcast?
Yeah,
okay.
I could do that.
All right.
Well,
listen,
Awesome.
We got somebody else on the line. Thank you for the dono, my brother. You don't have to
And
do
we
that.
appreciate you, Avery.
Just ring in the phone
Thanks,
line,
brother.
man, and we'll holler at you, Ave.
Yeah, man. Y'all, hey, stay blessed and stay beautiful, man.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. You as well.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man. So, hey, he dropping donos and dimes at the same time. We got one more person on the line. You are currently unmuted. Who we talking to?
Hello?
Yo, hello.
Can you hear me?
We sure can.
We can hear you.
Who we talking to?
All right,
Who is this?
This is Jack C.
What's up, man?
Jack
What's good
C.
with you?
All right. It's good. I just want to know, what do you guys think about the Russell Wilson? You think he's going to be on the Bears?
No.
Man, we don't know. We know Bears are capable of pulling something off like that. We do know
They're
that.
stupid enough. They are stupid enough to do that.
They did it for Khalil Mack. Why not do it for Russell?
Every quarterback that the Bears get ends up being really bad, though.
Yeah.
I don't think Danger Russ is gonna be bad if he go there. I think that we don't want him to go there.
We don't.
Yeah,
want
that actually would be a good fit for him. Actually.
Yeah.
He's not going to go to Dallas because
No.
he's not going to go to Dallas, right? Because
no, they just re-signed Dak.
No.
Yeah. So he's not going there. He
got a 4-year deal.
Yeah. I did hear stuff about him being in Chicago. I did hear that. I don't know why, man. I feel like Washington needs a quarterback. I know they do pick at 19, and they might just wait on that. But, I don't know. I know the asking price for Russ is going to be super high. I think the Bears are dumb enough to do that. So he could be. He could be. They could give up the next 10 years of first-round picks for him to be on the Bears.
I kind of read today. I kind of read that Chicago was out of the mix now today.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of read that it's not going to happen.
Get Alex Smith.
Yeah. Get Alex Smith.
Yeah, that's right. They're trying to get Alex Smith. So you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. Another rapid explosion. Where does Russ end up if he's not going to be a Seattle Seahawks? Where could Russ? Appreciate the call, man. Where could Russ end up, Mike? What you think, man? Just off the dome, bro.
Off the dome.
Off the dome.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh my God, the Dolphins, bro.
They got it, man. They got the capital. They could give to Seattle, a young quarterback.
Ooh, and then what? Well, they need somebody to back up Russ. That's what they would need.
Chase Daniel.
Oh Lord, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned his name because I'm ready to talk about it. Get him out of here. Get him out of there, Mark.
I'm so excited about that news.
I am. You know, I hate this guy. I can't stand nothing against him personally, but him as an NFL player, I despise him.
And Christian Jones.
And Christian Jones, and he's gone. Mark, where could Danger Russ wind up, man?
I'm gonna say the Raiders, man. I'm gonna say the Raiders. I'm gonna say the Raiders because Mayock and Gruden are absolutely insane, and they would do something like that. I think they would just give up all kinds of draft capital to go get a player like Danger Russ. I think they would.
Hey, Noble Sports, where we see Danger Russ, man, where could he wind up?
Man, I'm gonna say Danger Russ could end up with either the Jets or Washington football team. He could end up on either one of those squads.
Yep, I'm thinking Washington, bro. I know we got Corey on the warpath who reps Washington, man, and they just cut Alex Smith, let him go. And I thought Dak would go there, but now I'm like, who's going to be their quarterback, man? I think they're a few pieces away from being a legitimate contender, man. I really do.
I got to pump my brakes for 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
He might. Yep. He might can end up on the New England Patriots as well.
Oh no! Oh, yeah. Come on, man!
No.
Come on, bro. I mean, New England is picking 15. They don't need Russ, man.
Patricia.
They're looking for a quarterback.
They are looking for a quarterback because Cam is on the free agency. But so here's the thing, guys. That we're gonna go back to our original conversation, and I'm trying to figure out. You know, I know that a lot of us we don't expect winning, but for me, I want to be competitive. We lose our best wide receiver. We literally have Geronimo Allison. And who you say, Mike?
Victor Bolden, bro.
Victor Bolden. Okay, Victor Bolden.
Stellar.
And the guy we just signed, right?
Tyrell
and Quintez
Williams.
Stevens.
He's actually not bad. He's a number 2, though.
He's not bad, but he was hurt last year.
He's our number 1 right now.
He's not going to be a number.
Right now, he is.
Let's be honest here. We're going to be drafting a wide receiver in this
100%.
draft.
And who?
Maybe 2 of them.
So here, that's going to transition to our next topic. Who are we going to draft at 7? Mark, are we taking that wide receiver, man? I know you big on Parsons, even at 7, but now this whole Kenny Golladay thing changes the landscape for me of that draft pick, specifically at number 7. So Mark, what is your take on it, man?
I'm still thinking that we're not going to take a wide receiver at 7. It's not because I'm infatuated with Parsons or nothing like that, but I just think that this wide receiver class in 2021 is so loaded, and Holmes has in the past when he was with LA has found wide receiver talent in later rounds as a LA Ram that I think that he's going to be okay with not taking a stud like a guy like a Jamar Chase or maybe even like a Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith. I think he's going to pass up on it, man. And I think they're going to go wide receiver later on in the draft. And I still think we're going to go defense or O-line at 7. I'm going to stick with it so far. I'm sticking with it.
Noble Sports and Mike. Oh, there we go. Noble Sports Entertainment. Who you think? What do you think we're going to do at 7 now that Kenny Golladay is not going to be on this team anymore? Does that open up the possibility of a wide receiver at 7?
Doubt. Right. Everything is on the table. You know, when you look at the situation and the whole, you know, the biggest weakness on the team is the linebacker. We all know that. We know that you can later down rounds and stuff like that. At the same time, if you can possibly get another weapon, why not get it? If it's the quarterback and you're going to groom him for the future and to sit behind Jared Goff, why not do that as well? If you're going to take the wide receiver, I kind of understand it, even though I may not like that, and that might not be who I would want to do, what I would want to do at the time. I got to understand that this is something that they might have to look into, because you definitely are going to need help at the wide receiver position. And it's a lot of wide receivers coming out. You got guys like Chase. I know a lot of people want to stay away from Devonta Smith because of his weight, but I have to remind people, Deshaun Jackson was only 5'10", 175 pounds, and he has played 13 seasons in the NFL. So you can do it. I definitely think that Smith needs to add at least 10 to 20 pounds on his little skinny frame. But you can do it though. So definitely, man, everything is on the table for the Lions to be able to pick whatever they want. So even if they decide to trade back and get some more picks, I'm cool with that as well.
Okay, all right. And I know Mark Orm wants to get in here. The thing I want to say about that, man, is I mean, TA, I feel you, bro. But Deshaun Jackson, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure that's like the best example because dude stays hurt. But Mark, you wanted to address something.
Oh yeah, I wanted to address Detroit Legends Sportcast. He's trying to correct me, saying that Mark Holmes was not the GM, so he did not find anyone in the draft for LA. Okay, you know what? Les Snead is the GM in LA, but Brad Holmes took care of the draft the last 4 or 5 drafts. So yes, he did find someone in the draft. He was pro personnel scout of college players while he was in LA. So
Mark,
yeah, he did find a lot of guys in the draft.
Mark
100%.
Holmes never drafted anybody because we have Brad Holmes.
I think he's
yes,
saying correction, Mark.
and I thought, hey, Mark, you know the way I looked at it is that he's talking about Mark Holmes, the Dallas Cowboy.
He's talking to me, man. He's talking to me.
He's talking to you.
He's talking 100% to me because I said earlier that Holmes has found players in the draft as an LA Ram, and he did because he was head of pro personnel of college players. And
no, you said Mark Holmes.
Huh?
Right,
we don't
have
to
use you have to use punctuation.
Yeah, I use
that comma changes the whole thing because Mark Holmes is a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber.
Yeah.
Mark, comma Holmes, you could be saying something completely different. So I thought he was talking about Mark Holmes, the YouTuber.
No, he's talking to me, man. He's talking to me. 100%.
Talking to me? You talking to me?
When it comes to this 7th pick.
All right, now listen. Go ahead, Mike. The Lions
are not taking a wide receiver because they're not going to be picking at 7, folks. They're trading back. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting it on my – I'm doing it. This is going to be one of those bootleg things where you say it's going to be a 99% chance. Okay, because I don't do
Mike, it's a 0% chance. There's a 0. No, I'm just playing. Bro. Go ahead.
Lions will be trading back. I do not think they stay at 7. It just seems to me they're talking about the quarterback position. They're talking about the wide receiver position. Why? Because they're trying to build up the capital of that 7th pick so we can move back and get maybe a best player available, let's say at 12. Maybe a Jalen Waddle's there, and they wanted to get their wide receiver there. We pick up another 2nd-round pick or a 1st-round pick next year, something like that. I think the Lions are BPA, okay, for whatever position, but not at the 7th pick. I just don't believe they're picking at 7. I'm like convinced that they're trading back.
Yeah, so am I. All right, Travis with the don't know. Appreciate you, bro. Excuse me. Says thoughts on us possibly signing Golden Tate. We addressed that, but we'll go back over it. I say he's not coming here. I think we all agreed that he's not, but I mean, some of us wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind him if he was on a cheap deal, but that ain't gonna happen. And Josh Reynolds, or do you want them? Josh Reynolds. That is the guy. Is that the guy from the Rams?
Yeah,
that's the guy from the Rams. Yes.
I would take him, but I don't know what his payout is. What his payout would be. But I thought he was solid.
He not that much. I don't think he's a number 1 though. I don't think he's a number 2. I think he'd be more of a number 3. The issue is we're going to have to draft our number 1. And that may not, it doesn't mean they're going to have to get one in the 1st round, guys. This draft is deep with wide receivers. They can pick one in the 2nd or 3rd round. We got 2 3rd-round draft picks, but you need to understand, if we take a wide receiver, it's unlikely they're going to be like Justin Jefferson coming into the league like a stud, because rookie wide receivers are not like Justin Jefferson. If you look at the rest, it's very difficult for a wide receiver to come in and make that type of splash. They'll make a splash, but not a Justin Jefferson solidify that number 1 spot like rookie season. I think we're going to get a guy. We can get him in the 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round. That will be our number 1 of the future.
And see, I don't like that, fellas. I don't like the fact that we don't have a number 1. We've been talking about it all off season ever since we acquired number 16. Who could we see him throwing the ball to? And right now, our best option, in my opinion, is the 2nd year out of the 2nd year sophomore, man, in Justin Justin, and Quintez Cephas. We got a couple people on the line though. I had closed the phone lines, which is funny. Matt, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Man, not too bad, man.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind everybody.
Okay.
With Jared Goff's contract and Stafford's dead cap, we're paying $50 million for a quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Kenny's contract right there.
So, hey, how are you feeling right now, man? How are you feeling about Romeo not being part of this team and Golladay not being part of this team?
I wanted to keep him, but not at the cost. Romeo had one good year.
Yeah, that's what the Durham said. Who just got it? Mm-hmm. That's what the Durham said.
I wouldn't have paid him. I wouldn't have paid him that much money. But like I said, I think they're trying to tank this year the way it's looking.
Oh no, Matt, don't say that. You know I hate that word, bro. You know I hate it.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro, but any named player we got is now gone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So all your star players are gone, man. So, I mean, it's not looking good, is it?
Nope. No, it's not looking good. It's not. Okay, so you know who we playing. You know, I think you gave us a record before, but we got free agency coming up. I don't expect much of anything to happen. It all really depends on the draft, but they got us picking number 1. And they got us picking number 1, man. What how do you think do you think we're going to be competitive this year?
Well, yeah, for 2 games.
Well,
you know what, Matt? Listen, I gotta ask you, man. You've been around a long time. I see you, John, stay on the line. I need your help. I need you to talk to me because I'm frustrated right now. I don't want to wait and give the notion of we're going to be bad and we just got to deal with it. Like I don't want to. So give me some advice, man. As just a Lions fan, to what to expect this year.
A lot of losses.
Yep.
I'm being honest, man. I mean,
yeah, for sure, bro.
You got to tear at least for the ones they're tearing the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Usually we keep half the pieces. They call it a rebuild. Keep the young players, let the vets go. That's why I don't want Golden Tate. I don't need a 30-year-old wide receiver. I need a 20-year-old wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay.
Take a chance. You don't have nothing anyway. Take a chance. Get some young guys. Maybe you'll find a diamond in the rough. Get some speedsters out there. See what they can do.
And again,
man, this is terrible, man. I don't know how. I'm tired, man. I just want to be competitive. I want to be playing meaningful football in January. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of week 2. This is it. Like it's over. You know what I mean?
Buckle up.
You gotta look up, rebuild.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, huh? Oh man, Matt is the man. Man, look, bro. Appreciate you calling. We got another dude on the line, Matt. Hey, I'm gonna be sending you a Lions mug real soon, man. You seen the one I use, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you. You can put whatever you want in it, bro. But I'm gonna be sending you one real soon.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Matt, a member gang, 6 months. 6 months part of the member gang. Micro Mike has members as well. Make sure you check out him, man. You get member perks. And I know I've been slipping, y'all. I know I have. I'm sorry about that, but I still love y'all, and I'm going to be on it. We got somebody else on the line, too. John decided to call back. He's now safe at home, snuggled up in his snuggly. What's going on, John?
I'm actually about to pull into the McDonald's drive-thru, so I'm not quite yet.
John, what's up, man? What's up, John? You couldn't even wait till you got home and put the snuggly on, man. What's going on?
the truth is this.
You guys got me a little fired up about the late-round receiver. Who is your guy that you guys would like to see in the second, third, or even later rounds at receiver? I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Out of USC.
Oh boy.
Okay, you got somebody on here that's
Dern is excited. Dern is excited.
Hey, Dern.
There you go, Dern.
Drum roll, please.
That's my guy.
Went up 5 inches.
with it. Mike, you
5 inches.
Mike,
it was
you
that
are-
high.
Hey, remember, man, we got kids watching this show. We got kids. Okay, who do you want? Who do you want, John? You said my man.
I would like Amon-Ra St. Brown out of
Okay.
USC, or in the way later, 6, or if we get pick up an extra 7, either Anthony Schwartz from Auburn, he's a speedster, or Tamon Terry from Florida State. He's a big boy, but he's got some wheels.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, John, listen, bro. You better not call until you in your snuggly, bro. That's the next time you call.
I won't. I'm going to enjoy this big match.
All right. Shout out to John, man. I love it, bro. I love it, man. Man, so a late round draft pick wide receiver. Dern, you lit up when he said his name, man. What you thinking?
Oh man, this guy, he's 6'1", 194. Okay, from USC, he can play inside, he can play outside, he could take the runs from the backfield. He can do what you want, where you want him to be. He'll play any position you want. He can block pretty decent. He has pretty good hands. He can make contested catches. He's pretty fast. Do you want me to keep going? I mean, I should have.
Yeah, man.
I should have convinced you guys already.
You been writing in your diary about him, Dern?
Oh yeah, man. I got like 3 pages on this guy alone.
Well,
Dern
hey, check it.
diaries.
Dern's diaries.
Or Dern
Oh, man.
diaries.
We got a new show, boys.
Hey, so listen. Let me throw y'all this. I go to Tankathon, right? And a wide receiver at 7. Okay, they have the first wide receiver coming off the board as Mr. Chase. He's going to be at 4. Who do you think they have at 7?
Waddle,
Devonta
probably.
Smith.
Oh, Smith.
I don't want him.
I don't want him either. 175, 6'1".
Maybe
That's
175.
soaking wet.
Yeah, that's soaking wet. That's out the
He's
pool.
166. I heard last, and then I heard
I can't-
157.
I can't deal with it, bro. My man, I just
Way too small.
If he's
Way too
150, if he's 157, this kid's losing weight. Robin,
yeah.
Pick.
Somebody
What's
need to
going on?
protect him, man. I think somebody would need to. What, man? Could you imagine being in the league at 156, like a wide receiver? I mean, listen. I hate
that's
to do
crazy,
this, man.
dude.
It is, and I hate to do this because my man is deceased. But I'm getting like Charles Rogers vibes, man. Especially the way he went out in that national title game. I'm getting Charles Rogers vibes from this guy. Is that? I mean, is that wrong?
I think that's a bad comparison. Charles Rogers had a lot of issues.
Yeah, that's
I
a
just
bad
think
comparison.
I mean, I'm talking about injury, bro. I'm talking about just pure injury.
I'm just afraid, like, if you hit him, like, literally a bone will pop out. Like, there's nothing. He's like a stick figure with pads.
Oof.
You just know that.
Dern, man, you late to the show. The show, but it's all good, man. It's all good. So we talked about Golladay and we talked about Romeo, and you told us, yo, tell the crew how you feeling about both, man.
It's a really good thing, in my opinion, that we did not franchise tag either of them. And are we going to franchise tag them for a year and then let them walk? What was our plan? I mean, they're going to command a lot of money, and that's money we don't have. And we talked about how Romeo, when we first got him, we got him really cheap. And he put out, 7.5 sacks that year? Year 2, he's with the team. I think he plays 14 games and he gets 2 sacks. Where was that production? And then he goes off on a contract year. That's a red flag, in my opinion. How consistent is he going to be with other teams? Now, if he's with a lot of players around him, I'm sure he would be much better, and that's not going to happen in Detroit for a while. So we're going to pay him a lot of money to just be him? That's my question.
Well, okay, so Romeo goes off, you don't want to pay him, but Kenny Golladay doesn't go off, and he about to try and get the bag.
I didn't want to pay him either way.
Yeah, you right. Dern been consistent, bro. Dern has been consistent, and Tone as well. You know, Tone has been saying about these two gentlemen, man. Like, I think he preferred Romeo over Kenny Golladay. But here's my
I
thing.
did too. If we were going to do one of them,
Yeah.
All right. So do we get AJ Green?
No,
man.
no.
Oh,
Hey.
Okay,
don't
look.
Don't be
So if
surprised. Don't
Hey,
be shocked
facts,
about it.
Mark.
Telling ya.
I feel like we gonna get Sammy Watkins. I mean, okay, would you take Adam Humphries, Mike?
Look, I'm
Why?
going to tell you guys lie here. Draft. There we go.
So that means suck. So
No,
our number one
pick
our number
your
one is
player in
coming
the
from
draft.
the draft.
I want
Our
to
Yeah,
get
you're
number
so
one
solid.
receiver.
the number
Yes.
one receiver I want to get is in the draft.
Okay, so right now on our roster, number one comes to the draft, Quintez Cephas, to Tyrell Williams, and Mr. Bowden, and who else? And Geronimo.
Exactly.
Geronimo.
If you get a number one in the
Geronimo
draft,
off his
one,
team.
Tyrell Williams, 2. Cephas is actually, I think he'd be really good as a number 3.
Yeah.
I think all you got to do is get a depth guy at that point. And that could be a guy in free agency and or a late round draft pick or maybe a player that didn't even get drafted.
Right, undrafted guy.
Undrafted guy.
And I know people don't want to hear this, but 2 draft picks could be used on wide receivers.
Yeah.
I'm just
Good,
saying,
good,
Tylan Wallace
good, yes,
and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the
Oh,
guys
man.
that, oh man, I know he likes to hear that.
Yeah.
It's not bad either. You got to understand the wide receiver core right now is bad. Look, we
How are
already know-
y'all so comfortable right now, man? Like we're
Because the
going to
team's
suck.
Very comfortable.
I'm tired of losing, man. I'm
I
sick
know
of this.
we're
But
tired.
I'm
man.
not-
I'm not comfortable. I'm completely coming out of my skin thinking about this wide receiver unit, man.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, bro.
I am.
It
I
needs
think
to be fixed.
we have nothing to fear on defense. They're talking again.
We have
Remember
nothing on
CBS?
offense.
Hold on. Remember CBS, Mike, TA, Mark Dern said 3-13, and what happened? 3-12-1. Remember
Aha.
I'm telling you. And now they're saying the number one pick. We have gotten worse. Before
I disagree.
Because we're rebuild mode.
No,
Yeah,
I
it has
totally
to be-
disagree.
It is
We're getting
rebuild mode.
better.
It is rebuild mode, yes.
Yeah,
But we
and
have
today-
gotten worse. 100%.
today-
We have gotten
You
worse.
take the best player
That's what-
available regardless of position. If
That's what
wide
happens in a rebuild.
receiver,
That's what. Yeah.
take the best player. I don't
That's what
care.
happens in a rebuild.
You
We
take
are
if
not
it's
worse.
an offensive lineman, take an offensive lineman. If it's a defensive tackle, take a defensive tackle. If it's a defensive end, it's a defensive end.
Are
If
you
it's
talking to
the
me? Are
prophet-
you talking to me? Go ahead.
If it's the
Are
prophet,
you talking to
run
me?
away from that player.
I'm still though, man. I'm still going to sit down on a Sunday and I'm going to watch this team.
I
And I'm
know.
going to look at these wide receivers out there, and if it doesn't get fixed, we're going to be watching a comedy show, fellas. I'm telling
Oh,
you
it's
right
already
now.
gonna be that, Mark. It's already gonna be that, bro.
It's
Doogie
gonna be
I know, I'm
Howser
just saying.
reborn.
Mike's
They're
right,
rebooting
though.
all of these franchises. Reboot Doogie Howser. Put him out there, man. Put Neil Patrick out there.
Or who was Cuba Gooding Jr.? Who was Cuba Gooding Jr. in the movie Jerry Maguire?
Show me the money.
Go get him. Sign Cuba. Sign Cuba.
I'll take Willie Beeman. I'll take Willie.
Oh, hey. But Willie Beeman was a quarterback,
Will it
bro.
be even?
Willie
I
Beeman.
know he played running back for the longest yard.
What'd you say, Mike?
Sign Nelly. He played running back for the longest yard.
Sign him up, man. Sign up Nelly. The country
Hey,
grab.
what happened to the show, bro? It is off the rails, man. But that's the only way
Adam
it's gonna
Sandler
be.
for backup.
Oh my God, man. The water boy. I
He'd
think I'm
be a
tired.
great linebacker.
All we can do is laugh about this right now, man. Hey, man, we just got
Trust in
kicked,
Jim Davis
we
and
just
Chris
got
Jones.
kicked in the junk, man. We just got
Like-
kicked in the junk today. We
Mike,
did.
but I'm gonna start crying. These
I'm not gonna
tears.
start laughing. I'm happy. How are
Right.
you? I love this idea of doing it the right way through the draft.
Because
Right.
Mike,
Yes, yes.
but
I
I'm
agree
gonna
with
tell
Mike
y'all
there.
why.
I agree
I'm gonna
with
tell
Mike
y'all why.
there, but-
I said this earlier. That means that you're going to have faith that things are going to change year 2, year 3.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you. We'll start with Micro Mike. Micro Mike, why do you have faith that things are going to be different down the line?
Because you build through the draft. Good teams build through the draft. Look at all these teams that spend money in free agency.
Right?
Do they really have a good roster? We haven't had a compensatory pick in 5 years. Where have all these people we got in free agency gotten us? Where? You know where it got to us? Got us to 5 wins, 6 wins, 3-12-1. You build through the draft.
1 +
When the
1.
last time we built through the draft, we had a good team. We had the former quarterback of the Lions. We got Ndamukong Suh. We had Jabba Best. We had Pettigrew at the time was not bad when he was in that situation. Nick Fairley, if he didn't get injured.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we had a real team. DeAndre Levy. That team was built through the draft. Now it didn't work out because of injuries and other things, but that was when we were the most competitive team because you built correctly. Yeah, we screwed up with the big contracts, but that's how you build a team, folks. It's not. Everyone wants to buy money and splash in free agency because they're impatient. If you do it the correct way, the teams that build their team right, they do it through the draft. Look at the Green Bay Packers. When you see them blowing up free agency, you never do. They never do it. They build through the draft. Minnesota Vikings, they sent Diggs away. They turn around, get Justin Jefferson, who's a stud.
Wow.
I mean, it's just that's what you do. You got to do it through the draft.
But again, Mike, Mike, you said that's all the stuff that you said. You said you didn't even have an answer for what happened. What happened? You said it was like crickets because that second year, then what? Nothing.
Yeah,
we had the number 3 defense in the league.
Built through the draft.
So what happened in 2014?
We're going to have 3 compensatory third-round picks probably, 2 first-round picks, and I guarantee you we're trading back and we're going to get more. Look what the Miami Dolphins did. You want to know what they did? They had 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. They took that regime out of nowhere, the gutter, and turned around and made that an instant playoff contender.
And should have been in the playoffs.
The Jacksonville Jaguars did. They sucked last year. Everybody made fun of him, and I said, do not make fun of this team. They're going to be a good football team. They turn around, and now they got draft picks galore. They're going to get Trevor Lawrence.
11.
Same with the Arizona Cardinals. They said they just drafted Rosen. Why would they get Kyler Murray? Because they have a system, and they're building it through the draft. They made strategic moves when they needed to, but they built it through the draft. The 49ers, they got Nick Bosa. They built their team through the draft with the great Deebo Samuel and other pieces with this team. You have to do it the right way. We looked what we've done the past since 1990. When was the one time we were successful through this time? When we had players we drafted. Yeah, that was the only time. Other than that, we have not.
Can I add to that too?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And back then it was a lot harder to do because there was no cap to the rookie contracts, and now there is. Like Ndamukong Suh, the former quarterback of ours, they didn't have a cap, so they got paid a lot more than what they do now. So if we build through the draft, that actually saves more money than going to do splash plays like everyone's saying in free agency.
I just need faith, gentlemen. And Mark, I got to ask you as well, man. Like we talk about this a lot off the air about year one is garbage. We talking about flushed away. We're talking about nothing, bro. The bottom of your shoe. Yeah. Year 2, year 3, we're on the come up. Why do you have what makes this year different from every other time we've been through this?
Well, it makes a difference because we see what this new regime is actually doing. They're actually making smart decisions. We're just not used to seeing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is why we're all kind of yelling at the same time, and we're all kind of like confused. Like we're seriously doing this the right way. Brad Holmes is Mike hit it, man. He nailed it right on the spot, man. We're doing this the right way. It sucks to see guys like Kenny Golladay walk. It sucks the possibility that Romeo might be gone. But next year is a whole different scene, man. The picks will be there. 2 first-rounder, comp picks coming out of our butts. We got all kinds of – we're going to be dropping back, probably making trades. Like, this is what these guys are thinking, man. These guys are thinking, man, okay, man, these Lions fans, like Brad Holmes' guys are probably like, oh, man, they're hating us right now. But it's going to change. It is going to change. It does sting seeing this happening right now because we're going to see like JV players out there, man. Like it's going to be like, wow, who's that running the football? Who's that catching passes? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. No shot on Swift or anything like that. But I'm just saying, trying to make a point there. It's just like it's hard to grasp for Lions fans and myself included, man. It's really hard because I've never seen this. I've never really seen something like this happen, man. Like Mike said, man, we were good back when we were drafting guys and building a defense, putting a great defense on the field, but we drafted all those guys, man. Now this is what these guys want to do. They want to draft. They want to build through the draft, man. That's the only way it's going to get done, guys. It's the only way.
And I think it's difficult to ask a Lions fan. 1957, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, pain after pain, one of only 4 teams to never make the Super Bowl. Any whack, pathetic stat that is associated with the NFL probably belongs to the Lions, and we know it by heart. And you're asking us, and then you feed us retool. I believe he meant retool. I think he meant retool. He didn't know about Kenny Golladay. He didn't know things were going to go the way they were. So I'm not putting the blame on him. And I like what you guys have been saying about not putting it on the current regime. But at the same time, I feel like it's a lot to ask, man. It's a lot to ask. We've seen this over and over and over. And you're saying we got to retool / rebuild. We're going to gut this Patricia Quinn way, Patriot garbage. We're going to get that out of here. Just be patient. And I'm like, this is how I feel, and we'll go to TA. TA, it's like you're asking us to do something based on faith, and yet we've never really had a reason to have it. In 2014, when we had the dream team, I mean, putting up a fight. I think that was Jim Caldwell's first year, if I'm not mistaken. We had it, man. Number 3 defense in the league. We make the playoffs. We lose to Dallas. It sucks. And then the next year, it's horrible. So I'm like, what reasons do we have to have faith, man?
Man, I mean, when you look at the situation, fellas, like Orm and Mike said, and Grid, a little stuff that you touched on as well, this needed to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? It's ugly. This is ugly, man. You know what I mean? Because, nobody really knew what it was going to look like when these guys come in. But I kind of had the feeling, man, that they were going to have to tear every wall down, knock every brick down. I mean, this was going to be they was going to pretty much bring a wrecking ball and just tear everything up, man. And
just Miley Cyrus's joint, huh? Look, while you playing, that's how Bob Quinn came in. He came in like wrecked everything. Right. Go ahead, man.
Hey, so pretty much, guys, we got to embrace it. It is what it is right now. We need we already knew this going into the offseason that we need everything. We need everything. So one thing that Brad Holmes has also been able to do is get undrafted guys to come in and probably end up being a starter. So you don't know. You know what I'm saying? The guys, I'm telling you, man, it's not always the guys that get drafted in the first round that are the stars in the NFL. It's those guys that are hungry in the middle round. It's the guy that got to feed his family that's in the 7th round. It's the guy that's undrafted. Those are the guys that you need to be looking at, because the guy that's getting in the first round, he already getting guaranteed money. So he already knows that his contract is guaranteed. But the guys that got to fight for everything, I'm telling you, man, them are the guys that you want, because those guys are like pit bulls on a leash that has been let off the leash. So you have to be able to find the talent this way. You got to go after the cheap talent, and you have to be a great scout and say, look, this is what's going to happen. We're tearing all of this stuff down, and from day one, everybody is competing for their job. That's what I would do if I'm the GM. When I'm coming in, I'm saying, look, hey, I respect everything, what you did. I see what you did 2 years ago, but what have you done for me lately? I'm tearing everything up. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and clear out the locker rooms, because I want to know who wants to be in Detroit, who's going to fight for this team, who's going to be my face on defense. I'm looking for that guy. And if you ain't that guy, you can go. You can go.
Ooh, okay.
That's what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm looking for, Grid. When I'm looking for anything else, I'm looking for guys that want to be here, guys that want to step up and play some football and do what they love to do. But at the same time, I'm looking for a dog. And if you're a dog,
hey, I think we need TA in the locker room, man. I'm ready to go.
And if you're a dog, I want you to bite before you bark.
Yeah, I love it, man. Corey with the super chat says draft. I don't think we need a face on defense yet. We just need to actually play defense.
That's fact.
Tackle somebody. You need to tackle somebody.
You know, tackle and know your assignment, just the basics. Wow. I think that's the comment of the day right there. We just need to play. We just need to play. Well, listen, Dern, man, we got the youth movement in Dern. Dern, man, you got to help your old brother out, bro. I'm 40. I'm 41. I'm turning 42. I don't want to do this again. I need to know that we're going to be winners soon. I need to get that division win, that playoff win. I need to do it, man. Why should your old brother have any faith in this team, man?
The best way I can put it right now, there is no Pat Matricia.
Yes.
No awful scheme.
Yes.
Okay. The worst scheme that I have ever seen that put every single player on our defense in the worst position possible.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to deal with Mr. Quinn's drafting anymore. And I've heard plenty from you that you did not like the way he drafted, how many misses that he had. Yeah. So there's a smile right there. Oh man, yeah. I'm already getting him.
Yeah, I just think it was a fraud, man. And I really think that we now see, as Mike and you fellas been pointing out, man, how bad he put this team back. And now you're asking an old timer like me. Yeah, I'm an old timer. You're asking me to forgive the current regime. And for me, that's tough,
Pocket
man.
watch.
I mean, like, I really have to separate. This is the first time I've done this, fellas. First time I've separated a new regime from the rest of the franchise. Like, this is the first time I've done this because I grew all 50-something or 62 years of pain in the same thing. But I feel like from what we've seen from Brad and what we've seen from Dan, that these guys, I feel like they are going to make a change. It's just a matter of time. And I'm like, you know, for me, it's hard to get over and it's hard to move past this because we've been sucking for years now, gentlemen. Like 3-12-1, 5-11, and 6-10, and all this stuff. And again, we're about to go through it again. You know what I mean? And this year is like a throwaway year, and that sucks, man. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It's just, it sucks, and I'm not looking forward to sucking. I don't want to be the first pick in the draft.
You know,
I don't want to be.
I'm gonna give you some to make everybody feel better. If you're feeling down out there, like the Gridiron Blitz, just think of this: Christian Jones is not on the football team.
Hallelujah!
Yeah. Your day is better.
Yeah, it is.
We have not talked about the Jones. Ding dong, the Jones is gone. The Jones is gone. The Jones is gone. Ding dong, the Jones is gone.
Yeah, he was bad, man.
I yelled when I heard, and people looked at me.
I sang.
It was about time.
Save some money too.
Save some money.
I sang to you guys on Voxer, and
did.
everyone looked at me.
You did. You did. Well, I don't know, gentlemen. I think you guys are right. We're gonna do most of our wide receiving through like picking up the wide receivers to the draft. But what does that mean for defense, though? I think Mike and you guys mentioned it a little earlier. I think we've got so many holes to fill, but not enough capital to fill them, which is why we're going to suck this year. Jared Goff, I mean, maybe they'll work me out. I don't know.
Look. Yeah. And again, and the truth is this, and again, if you're trying to win and you're trying to get better on defense, there is quality players out there that you can look upon, and they don't have to, it's not necessarily early in this draft, but you got, if you want to trade back, you got the Barmore. He's a legit defensive tackle. If they trade back a little bit, if they again want to get a Gregory Rousseau, okay, there is some quality players. Jabril Cox, I know Nick Bolton out there, linebackers. There's quality players that you can acquire these talent. We just got to be patient and trust Brad Holmes. Okay, Brad Holmes has done this. He has drafted players that end up being studs, not necessarily all in the first round, and that is vital for the team to compete. We got to get studs in the third round, in the fourth round, in the fifth round. Yes, it is something we're not used to because we're not used to getting players in the in the mid to later rounds, unless it's a Kenny Golladay. It's far and few between. But Brad Holmes has done it. I think he can do it again.
I do want to say something else too. I'm not trying to get anyone's hopes up, but I was watching PFF and I know a lot of people don't like them, but they actually said something good about our team for once. And it's a lot like what Corey said, that the Lions, if they do everything correct, that they could be like the Washington Redskins from last year, where they just come out of nowhere, where you sign the cheap guys that fit your scheme. And the defense is automatically going to be better because they're not in that awful scheme that Matt Patricia had. So if they do the draft right, do free agency right, they said the Lions can come out of nowhere.
Well, I got to take a moment, man. I got to take a – this is big right here, man.
Coaching helps.
Yeah. So, Micro Mike, this is big right here, man. Shout out to my dude, Micro Mike. If you go to Google and you type in Detroit Lions, you're going to see stuff from ESPN. You're going to see stuff from the Detroit Lions website. The first video non-affiliated with any media, actual media, is Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. The video from
buddy.
So, congratulations, Mike. You are
Congratulations,
on Google,
Micro Mike.
officially on Google.
Mikey boy.
The number one video, man, outside of anything that is credentialed.
Awesome,
So that is a big deal, man. Congratulations to Mike.
Because he said the truth is this.
I got my cheer out there. I appreciate it. You know, I'm going to take this congratulate. No. Look, folks, you could also find me on Newsbreak. What is Newsbreak? Well, it is where I rely, not just on YouTube. I got videos on there, folks, and it's not on YouTube. You go to Newsbreak, you go to my description. All you got to do, if you want to find me, you go to my description, or you can go to Lions Talk by Chat Sports, and there's your boy, Mr. Micro Mike, breaking down the news for the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. That's a big deal, man. Congratulations again, all the hard work you've put in this last year to make the Detroit Lions, more than just a punching bag for the mainstream media, man. We appreciate that. But we're gonna wrap this show up, man. It's been, man, it's kind of tough knowing that we're not even at free agency. We got to get to the draft, and then you're already saying we're gonna be terrible, and that sucks, man. Like I can't sugarcoat it. I'm tired of sucking. I'm ready to be feared, man. And I hope that these guys can get us there, man, because it's like, I'm 41, I'll be 42, and next thing I know, I'll be 50. And it seems like, I remember when I was 27. I remember when I was 24, which was a long time ago. So
a long time
ago.
I don't remember
Darn,
that age.
yeah, man. Well, guess what? I'll tell you what. My hairline remembers. Y'all remember
strong, though.
Patrick Farm? What is
you
it?
have one?
Hey, barely, bro. It's going way back in the time. Hey, okay, Darn, what you got for the people, man, as we wrap up the show?
I know times are tough, but the best thing that you can think of right now is we don't have to deal with Matt Patricia anymore. And that should brighten your day instantly. That's it.
It should. It should, but it doesn't. It doesn't, Darn. TA, what you got for the people, man?
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys, man. You guys are, like we always say, you guys are the real MVPs. We appreciate you guys for coming in the chat room on Spike Lemonade. No, I'm just joking. Spike KOOL-AID.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. Hey, they got one called Mike's Harder.
Hey, we got kids watching.
Go ahead, TA. No, that.
Hey,
You guys.
Y'all crazy, man. And yeah, we appreciate you guys, man, for coming in, making the calls and everything like that. Definitely, man, this is a community of brothers, man, that come together and be able to talk some Lions football, man. I appreciate each and every one of these guys, and I appreciate you as the subs and the people that listen to us. Without you guys, none of this is possible, and we just want to say we really appreciate you guys tonight.
Hey, Mike, it's 8%. That Mike's Harder is 8%, bro. So it's nothing. It's strong, bro. It's
8%. 8% is better than 0.
All right.
Hey,
Mark, what you got for
I don't know how to respond to that.
How you doing? How's it going? How's everybody doing? Okay. Thanks a lot, guys, man. Thanks a lot. Great. Everybody in the panel. It was awesome. Everybody in the chat. Thank you very much. We all need to kind of just sit back, look at the whole thing that's going around. So what's one thing that Lions fans all should have in common? And it's patience, because it's all we got, man. It's all we have, man. We've been crap for so long. Now it's time to be patient and watch a new regime take over, man. Thanks, guys.
Man, everybody got so much positivity, man.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
We've been having since 1957, man.
Hey, I feel like I'm the man on the ledge, and I'm just like, man, I think for me, Mark, is hope, bro. Like
Talk him down.
every year, it's hope that, like, one thing I like is the day after the Super Bowl, everybody was like, well, we're 0-0. And you're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars and, you know, the New York Jets. Like, yeah, but some of us were 1-15. So now you're like, oh, we're, you know, so the point is it's a new beginning. And for us, man, it just seems like we're in this vicious cycle of rinse and repeat. Although I do feel like Sheila and Brad and Dan are doing things differently. I'm ready to win, fellas. I'm tired, man, and I want to see a winner. And I hope that you guys are right that a year from now we are making some noise and you know, making a name for ourselves, man. That's not synonymous with being terrible. So with that being said, man, you guys have been watching Spike Kool-Aid. We will see you guys on Mike. Do that thing for Thursday, man.
At 6:30 p.m. EST Thursday. It's called the One Pride Podcast. What is that all about? It's about you. We talk all Detroit Lions on the mailbag segment. You run the show. We give answers if we can do so. And if you're sad, look, the games might be going to 17 games. 0-16 may not be the worst at some point. Also, again, go on Newsbreak. Check me out, Lions Talk by Chad Sports. See my videos and hit that follow button. And again,
absolutely. And your boy is watching his diet. That's all. That's all. Losing a couple pounds, man. You know, you got to do that when you get over 40. You got to watch what you eat, or what you eat will start watching you. So anyway, guys, take care of yourself. We'll see you Thursday, 6:30 EST. I was gonna say ESPN, but that's a different thing. All right, y'all. We out. Peace.